Hey everyone, Stegosaurus Soul here. Last time I recorded, I had just written Brother Bonhoeffer, and I got a phone call that there were police and paramedics at the apartment of a friend, and I arrived as paramedics were putting away their equipment, and when I inquired what was going on, they were reluctant to share any information, but when it was clear that I knew who it was that they had just tried to resuscitate, he told me very clearly that he was dead. And when you're a paramedic, how do you say it? He was empathetic, he was honest. I doubled over just from the wow of it. And the other medic came over and she asked if I was all right and needed any help, and I told her no, it was a shock. I took him to Tiburon to spend time with his sister the week before. Sunday, he had wanted me to drive him, and he had told me the week before something came up in my family where I was needed in Manteca. Told him I couldn't make it, and he was totally cool with that, as Chris is. He's just a cool person. Anyway, so I get there to find out that he was gone. That was it. All his dreams to walk again as a Toastmaster. He gave speeches that could captivate you because you could feel their truth, you could feel their honesty, you can feel their emotion. They take you somewhere higher, they take you somewhere you've never been before in how you see the world. So he really was a light because he had that ability to help us see, to put words in to put words in imagery that made us wiser people and able to bring more of the best of ourselves out. So I was really honored to be his friend, and really honored that we got to spend time together even after he withdrew from Toastmasters to put energy on other endeavors, his You Are Able movement. We stayed friends, and I told him I could never work for him full-time as a regular caregiver, just on an emergency basis, because I know how emotionally difficult it is to be a caregiver. It's something that I've done before. I've done hospice care, senior care. It's emotionally exhausting work, and then when the person passes, should they pass, you're suddenly unemployed. To add injury to trauma, it's like, yeah, okay, so your life sucks, you're wounded, but suck it up, and or you're going to be homeless. So yeah, it's a tough job. When I told him I had to just be his emergency friend that he could call as a backup when all else failed, just know I'd be there then. And I was glad he could do that. And that he's gone, there are many of us, because he's got such an influence around the world. Reading his Facebook post, Chris Finn, he's getting condolence literally from around the world, hundreds and hundreds of people who he's touched and inspired. And, one could only wish they lived such a life to be remembered that way and to shine so bright that the world will weep so vast and deep. So I got on here wanting to sing. I can hear my neighbor working next door. It makes me a little nervous. See if I can make something up. Chris was a light to shine for us, helping us to see. And even though he couldn't walk like us, with his wheels he was free. And oh, how he could take us places we had never been. And we could see by his condition he was wise among men. Not from merely guessing of what might be from what is tough. He journeyed on that road of one that is most rough, unable to move extremities that we all take for granted. Never fell to despair, sorrow he never chanted. Now that the light is gone, off to another dawn. Whither he will go, the best of places I'm sure he'll know. I've often told him if I were President of the United States, I'd make him a cabinet member with a position that inspires the nation to bring out its best, because he could certainly do that. Heck, he could be president himself. He was president of Cherry City Toastmasters, and that's where I met him. You know, a fellow Toastmaster. He'd get up there and make a speech. I think my favorite speech he gave was called The Timekeeper. I was timekeeper that day, and that was why he picked that title for the impromptu speech. I took the role of timekeeper, not being prepared for that role, as I was in more of a creative mode, and he wasn't prepared to give a speech, but he took that mode because that's who he is. He has the ability to just summon wisdom and give it a flavorful, colorful, enjoyable flair. And in this speech, The Timekeeper, he called attention to how I can sometimes forget to do important functions of a timekeeper, like press start or turn the different lights to their different colors. But again, what he did say is how we all have those parts in us where we may not be the best at them, but it's what we are good at that deserves attention, that deserves its focus and appreciation. And if you're a true leader, instead of focusing on what people can't do, be one who focuses on what people can do and bring that out of them, encourage that strength of them. And reading his Facebook posts, I think that's the universal consensus, and that's the effect that he had on people. People remember his generosity and his ability to make them believe in themselves. So You Are Able was the foundation. He'd called me a few times to brainstorm with him about getting that off the ground and what to do about how to make that a more functional household name and a household recognized movement. Sometimes it's after our passing that our dreams come to fruition, and visionaries are like that. And he's got a chorus of souls across this country and across this globe who sing of his brilliance, his radiance, his illumination. So to my friend Chris Finn, Toastmaster extraordinaire, Borp Hall of Famer, Team USA World Cup champion, Team USA World Cup champion times 2. He was so humble, you know. Two times world champion. So, dear Chris, we love you. Whatever energy, however it dissipates, manifests, and goes, until we get there, nobody knows. But thank you for being you while you were here, being a friend who I call dear, making me feel I was the same, and being to me a light and a flame, giving me hope, encouragement, and strength. You would see my circumstance, give hope some length. So you will be missed, our dear friend Chris. Super Coach, Super Chris, you've been called so many things. So we love you. It's been less than 2 days now, less than 48 hours. Will anyone see this? Maybe not. Didn't sing as much as I thought I would, but a little shy, my neighbor next door. But we all love you, so farewell, dear friend. You are able, we'll carry on. You are able, you were able. You did it. You did it. Right till the end, you kept the light burning, and you kept us smiling, you kept us encouraged. So the momentum of your wheel, the momentum of your energy is going to just keep rolling through time. And that's sums it up in rhyme. See you, brother.